There's a moment in every man's life where he feels it, that quiet sting in the gut, the subtle shift in energy, the way her eyes no longer shine when she looks at him. You don't need anyone to tell you something's wrong, because you feel it in your bones. But here's the truth most men ignore. When a woman is not truly into you, she won't always say it with words. She'll show you in ways you wish you didn't notice. The tragedy is that too many men pretend not to see the signs, hoping things will magically change. And that's exactly why they waste months, even years, on someone who never wanted them in the first place. Think about it. How many times have you chased a text that never came, excused a cold tone, or convinced yourself she was just busy when she didn't make time for you? The truth is, when a woman is genuinely interested, you'll never be confused. You'll feel it in her effort, in the way she leans in the way she wants to be part of your world. But when she's not, everything feels like resistance. You'll feel like you're dragging her along instead of walking beside her. The reason so many men get trapped in this cycle is simple. We're wired to fight for what we want, to push harder when something feels out of reach. That works in business, in fitness, in personal goals, but in relationships, it backfires. Because attraction cannot be negotiated. No amount of chasing, convincing, or proving will make her want you if she doesn't already feel it. And the more you push, the more she withdraws, until the only thing left is silence. You have to understand this. Women speak in subtleties. They don't always reject directly. Instead, they withhold warmth, effort, and presence. And if you ignore those signals, you risk becoming the man who gives everything to a woman who gives nothing back. The pain of realizing you were just an option cuts deep, but it's also the moment you gain your power back. Because once you can see the signs clearly, you'll never waste your time, energy, or self-respect on someone who doesn't value you. One of the clearest signs she's not truly into you is how she treats your presence. Pay attention to the energy she gives when you show up. If she's genuinely interested, she'll light up when she sees you. She'll lean into the moment. Her words, her tone, her eyes, everything will carry warmth. But when she isn't, you'll notice her attention scatter. Her phone suddenly matters more. Her eyes drift. The conversation feels like you're pulling teeth while she gives you one-word answers or distracted nods. She's there, but she's not really there. And that subtle indifference is the loudest message of all. Men often trick themselves here. They tell themselves she's just tired, or she's stressed, or she's going through something. Maybe that's true. But here's the brutal reality. When a woman truly wants to be with you, nothing stops her from showing it. No schedule, no mood, no excuse. Because when someone values you, they find a way. And when they don't, they find an excuse. Think about how you behave when you're interested in someone. You make time, you lean forward, you engage, you want to be there. That same human truth applies to her. If she's not making time, if she's not giving effort, if she's not present, it's because you're not her priority, and that's not something you can change by giving more. Here's the paradox men fall into. When they feel a woman pulling away, they compensate by giving more of themselves, more attention, more compliments, more effort. But this only makes her colder, because deep down, indifference cannot be solved by intensity. You can't force desire. You can't make someone value what they already take for granted. And if she's not into you, every ounce of effort you pour into her only convinces her of one thing. You don't value yourself enough to walk away. I need you to see this truth clearly. Her lack of presence is not subtle. It's not complicated. If she's excited about you, you'll know. If she's not, you'll feel it. But what matters is how you respond. Because the man who respects himself doesn't beg for presence. He doesn't fight for scraps of attention. He notices the energy. He acknowledges the truth, and he chooses to protect his dignity. That choice is where real power begins. Another undeniable sign she's not that into you is the way she invests or refuses to invest in building a future with you. Think carefully about this. A woman who truly cares doesn't just live in the moment, she creates with you. She talks about plans, about trips, about little things to do together next week, next month, next year. It's not forced, it flows naturally because her mind is already weaving you into her story. But when she doesn't see you that way, her words stay shallow. She avoids making plans. She cancels last minute. She keeps everything temporary, as if she's always leaving one foot out the door. That's not indecision, it's clarity. She's showing you she doesn't envision you in her future. Men often ignore this because they mistake occasional affection for real commitment. She might hug you, she might even spend a night with you, but affection without consistency is an illusion. Desire without investment is empty. If she won't create with you, she doesn't care to keep you. It's that simple. Here's the dangerous trap most men fall into. They start carrying all the weight themselves. They plan everything. They text first every time. They chase. They invite. They try to hold the connection together with their bare hands, while she puts in the bare minimum. And do you know what happens? Instead of winning her over, they destroy themselves. Because when only one person invests, it's not a relationship, it's a transaction. You're paying with your time, your energy, your emotions, and getting almost nothing in return. Understand this truth. A woman's consistency tells you everything. If she's in, you'll know, because she'll match your energy. She'll want to give, not just take. She'll look for ways to bring value into your life, not excuses to withdraw from it. And if she's not doing that, she's already decided. She just hasn't said it out loud. It's painful, I know. To admit she doesn't see you as her future. To realize you've been holding on to hope while she's been holding on to freedom. But there's a deeper power in facing it now rather than wasting more of yourself later. Because once you accept the truth, you no longer wait for her to choose you. You choose yourself. You choose to step away from anyone who doesn't meet you with equal fire. That is the line between a man who settles and a man who rises. One of the cruelest signs she's not into you isn't what she does, but what she doesn't do. Pay close attention here, because this is where most men blind themselves. When a woman is genuinely interested, she goes out of her way to make your life easier, not harder. She checks in, she remembers small details, she supports your goals, she encourages your path. Her presence feels like fuel. But when she isn't into you, she withholds that energy. She doesn't ask how you're doing. She doesn't care about your wins or your struggles. You could disappear for days, and her world wouldn't shake. That silence, that absence of care, is the truth you need to face. Men lie to themselves here. They say, she's just independent. She doesn't need to show it. But don't confuse independence with indifference. A woman can be strong and independent and still deeply invested in you. If she wants you, she'll prove it by her actions, not just her words. And if she doesn't, then her silence is louder than anything she could ever say. Here's where it gets dangerous. A man who doesn't recognize this begins to lower his standards. He convinces himself that the bare minimum is enough. He accepts scraps of attention as if they are meals, and in doing so, he starves himself of real connection. Over time, his self-worth erodes because he begins to believe this is all he deserves. And that's the tragedy. When you tolerate indifference, you teach yourself to settle for less than your worth. The truth you must hold on to is this: love, interest, and attraction are not passive. They are alive, they are visible, they are undeniable. If she cares, you'll feel it in the way she shows up. If she doesn't, you'll feel the emptiness. And the longer you ignore that emptiness, the more it eats away at you. You must remember, your presence is valuable. Your time, your attention, your heart. These are not things to be thrown at someone who doesn't cherish them. When a woman isn't that into you, the most powerful move you can make is not to fight harder, but to step back, to reclaim your energy, to invest in yourself so deeply that you no longer beg for the presence of someone who doesn't want to be there. That shift transforms everything, because when you no longer chase the indifferent, you open the door to the one who truly sees you. The deepest truth you need to accept is this: when a woman is not into you, she will never truly hide it. Her actions will expose what her words never say. She'll delay, she'll withdraw, she'll give you fragments of attention instead of the fullness of her presence. And the more you ignore these truths, the more you betray yourself. That betrayal isn't hers, it's yours. Because every time you stay when you know you should leave, you choose her indifference over your own dignity. But here's what most men never realize. Walking away from a woman who isn't invested in you is not a loss, it's liberation. It's the moment you stop fighting battles that were never meant to be won. It's the day you reclaim your energy and redirect it towards someone who actually values it. Because the man who chases the wrong woman closes the door to the right one. The man who settles for indifference never experiences devotion, and the man who refuses to walk away never discovers his real power. Listen carefully. Your time is your life. Your attention is your currency. Your heart is your crown. Don't give them to someone who doesn't see their worth. You deserve a woman who leans in, who matches your fire, who makes you feel seen without begging for it. If that's not what you're experiencing, then the truth is simple. She's not that into you. And the sooner you accept that, the sooner you set yourself free. This isn't about bitterness. It's about clarity. It's about protecting your soul from being drained by someone who was never meant to hold it. And it's about refusing to let indifference shrink the man you're becoming. You are not meant to chase, to beg, or to prove yourself to someone who doesn't care. You are meant to stand tall, to walk away when respect is missing, and to wait for the woman who meets you with equal strength. That's not just love, that's alignment. Now I'll leave you with one question that only you can answer. Deep down, have you ever ignored the signs that a woman wasn't truly into you? And why did you stay? Share your truth in the comments below. And if this message spoke to you, hit like, subscribe for more, and share this video with a friend who needs to hear it. Because sometimes, the hardest truth is the one that saves you.